John Mark, the young writer who failed and God still used him. John Mark was the cousin of Barnabas and the writer of the Gospel of Mark, but his story didn't start well. During Paul's first missionary journey, he abandoned the team, leaving Paul disappointed. When he later wanted to come again, Paul refused, causing a major disagreement between Paul and Barnabas. Yet God wasn't done with him. John Mark became a spiritual son to Peter, matured, and eventually Paul later wrote, "Bring Mark, for he is useful to me for ministry." He represents people who fall, fail, or start immature, but through God's grace become strong vessels of purpose. His life teaches that failure is not the end. God rewrites stories. 4. John, one of the 5 rulers of the synagogue in Jerusalem, mentioned briefly in Acts 4 verse 6. This John was part of the religious leadership that opposed the early church. He stood with the high priestly family who persecuted Peter and John the apostle after the healing of the lame man. This John represents the other side, people who resist God's move, cling to tradition, and fight what they do not understand. His life reminds us that position is not equal to obedience, and religious power without the Spirit leads to opposition against God. 5. John, the father of Peter, the humble background figure. In Scripture, Peter, one of the greatest apostles, is described as Simon, son of John. This John is not famous. He didn't preach sermons, write books, or perform miracles, but he raised a son who changed the world. His significance reminds us that some people serve God quietly by what they sow into others. Without John, there would be no Apostle Peter. He represents the countless unseen fathers and mothers whose sacrifices shape God's generals. Lessons from the Johns. God can use the bold. God can use the intimate. God can restore the broken. God honors hidden faithfulness. And God warns us through those who resist him. Each John had a purpose. Each John played a role. And each John teaches us that your name may be the same as someone else's, but your assignment is uniquely yours. As you reflect on these lives, may you discover your own purpose in God. And remember, he uses loud voices, quiet hearts, broken vessels, restored disciples, and even unlikely people to fulfill his plan.